And with that, I'd like to hand the webinar over to Victor Romani, EMEA Channel Managing Partner at Verizon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, how are you today? Good. So thank you for introducing me. Just gonna start sharing my screen right now and start the introduction. So welcome everyone to this first webinar with Ackcent. Let me see if you see now the screen. Yeah, my name is Victor Romani, and I'm responsible for the channel business in Europe at Verizon. So we're here today to introduce the agreement and the partnership we make with Ackcent in order to develop the security market here in Spain. So the Verizon strategy across all the different countries, we have a direct sales team, and we are part of the channel team. Our strategy in all the countries is to identify big potential partners in the different areas, especially around unified communications, telecommunications, and security. So what we are trying to do is to identify which are the best actors in market in order to complement our solutions. So Verizon is a $130 billion company. It's a massive company. It's very good. It's very high. It's very big. However, we always need to have local partners who are giving the proximity and the confidence of our solutions to the end customer. So we choose the partnership with Ackcent for many reasons. The first has been experienced and well-reputed team here in Spain. The clear combination of our strategies, Verizon strategy and Ackcent strategy about the security in the cloud, and as well the combination of our SOC and Ackcent SOC as well to deliver a high value experience to our customers. So what we try with this agreement is to find the best of the two worlds, the big Verizon capabilities with the local sources and experience for us. So when I'm talking about the big Verizon, obviously, I mean, we are currently serving 99% of our top Fortune companies all over the world. We are providing security services in more than 150 countries, managing more than 4,000 networks. What exactly mean this? So there are many vendors that have very good technologies that are able to really identify a lot of the different security issues or breaches that the customer can have. But what we do is, on top of our own technologies, we invest in the last 20 years $145 billion in acquiring companies. We have the visibility of the network. We are currently owning one of the AS bigger in the world, and through our network goes more than 65% of the internet worldwide traffic. What it means is that it's giving us a big visibility of what is happening in Asia Pac, in Europe, in America, and have in advance all what is going to happen in the next continent as soon as the sun is going. So in terms of SOCs, we have 9 dedicated SOCs, mainly covering the sun, Europe, and United States. And every year we work in 1.7 trillion of events per year, and this is giving us a lot of information of what's going on. And this is what the intelligence what we put in the hands of Ackcent in order to develop the solution. So very quick, setting the stack. This is mainly the base of Verizon services. which is around connectivity and intelligent edge. Then about managed and professional services, we have our own professional services in more than 100 countries. However, I mean, again, so the combination with Ackcent is adding that value in Spain primarily, and is helping us on develop some global services that need some local execution. And just to finalize my presentation before I move the presentation to Luis, we are still running these 4 reports: DBIR, the cyber espionage report, mobile security index, and PRSAR. So those are available in our webpage. But if you want an executive report, just ask to our representative, and we're going to be happy to share that with you. With that, I finish my introduction and handing over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you for highlighting the power of this partnership and for giving us this sneak peek on the DBIR, which I personally am a very fan of. And now we're going to move over to Luis Vera. He's the CEO at Ackcent, and he's going to announce his view on the partnership between Verizon and Ackcent. So good afternoon, Luis.
Hi, hello, Laya. Thank you for the introduction, and I hope you all are healthy. Briefly, I'm going to tell a little bit the story about our mission, what we do, and our mission and the why of this partnership. Our mission, I'm the founder and CEO of Ackcent, as Laya said, and our mission is very simple. We are a service company, so we work for the benefits of others, and these benefits is to improve their cybersecurity. That's simple. In a very complex way, in a very complex world, it's easy to say, difficult to do it. And in order to do that, our strategy is also, we try to, this is my main role, I try to make it simple. So the best way to execute the strategy is just to hire the best professionals, your service company, and choose the best products, the best partners in order to deliver, to try to improve their cybersecurity. And this is about the mission. How do we see the future? What is our vision as a company? Go aside from Ackcent, how we see the future in cybersecurity. Look, if everything will be digital, that's what we think. Everything will be connected. So 5G, Internet of Things, operational technology, there are like just tsunamis that are going to happen in the sector, and it's going to add a lot of complexity. And that means that from a cybersecurity perspective, protection is not enough. We already know that. Detection and response is a must today, but the future, we think, we're not going to be able to make cybersecurity simple if we're not able to prevent what is going to happen. And if we talk about prevention, in cybersecurity still, there are a lot of buzzwords, a lot of conversations related with artificial intelligence, big data, but I think we are not enough mature in the industry. We are here from Ackcent to try to use AI, try to use our expertise in order to predict what is going to happen in the future in terms of cybersecurity. So this is our vision. And related with that, that's why we started having conversations with Verizon. We look for the best professionals, the best companies, the best products in the world, and that's why we started this conversation. We started talking with Verizon. It was a year and a half ago, and there was a combination. There was a good fit between the both companies because in order to be competitive, especially in cybersecurity, we need speed, we need flexibility, and we need agility. And as Victor said, if we combine the abilities, the capacities of both companies, we think we are in a very good way to make cybersecurity simple. That's our main goal. And right with the why of the cybersecurity partnership we made with Verizon. Verizon today has a global reach. They have a huge amount of data related with traffic. And as I said before, because everything is interconnected, it's going to be connected to, we're just one click away from the world. We need to have access to this intel, this intelligence coming from traffic in order to detect and to try to protect and help our customers to respond to threats that are coming from everywhere, from the digital society. And if we can detect them through anomalous traffic, that's the best way to do it using this technology that Verizon is providing us. So this is roughly the why. This is the why Verizon and Ackcent we've been testing and offering services in order to make something that is easy to say, difficult to do, network detection and response services easy to activate and to engage from a customer side. So that's all from my part. Thank you for the organizers, and thank you, Lion.
Thank you, Luis, for offering us more insights on the reasons and the challenges, the exciting challenges behind this partnership. We're now going to switch over to Noah Borstad, Director of Corporate Sale at ProductWise Verizon, who's going to talk to us about the evolution and future of NDR. So good afternoon, Noah, and thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. Let me get my camera enabled there so you can all see me. Oh, wrong camera. I'll just pop it off for now. So I am going to talk a little bit about the NDR, the Network Detection and Response Platform, and kind of what that is. Is everyone still able to see here when I go full screen?
Go ahead, please.
All right, perfect. Did my audio disconnect there? Sorry about that. So the Network Detection and Response Platform, this is really a quick overview of what NDR brings to an organization. So the NDR solution at a very high level is a full packet capture platform that delivers network security and network visibility across an organization. So how we're doing that is by going through and capturing network traffic across the environment anywhere that the network lives, compressing and optimizing that, and streaming that to our cloud platform where we do all of the threat analysis and long-term retention. The reason we built this platform this way, and the reason that Ackcent partnered with us on this, is that it gives organizations the ability to both identify threats in real time, but be able to go back in time and do threat hunting, to be able to identify threats that previously happened. When we look at our recent breaches here in the last few months, especially like the SolarWinds breach, that was a very interesting case where organizations really had no idea what was going on because it looked like valid traffic. It looked like updates were happening from SolarWinds. What NDR gave our customers, gave our incident response teams the ability to do is to go back in time and say, here, we see these actions taking place a week ago, a month ago, 3 months ago, and now you can identify those sites or those hosts affected by that. So not only are we capturing full packet data across the environment, but we are storing that packet data for a month at a minimum, but up to a year, depending on what the customer wants to do. So this really gives you the ability to go back in time and do the forensic analysis on what has happened in my network, or I have new threat information. Let me go back in time and identify, what some of those issues are there. So as we look at this solution, be thinking about how you can get greater visibility across your environment through lightweight software sensors that sit off of a span port or a network tap and passively capture that PCAP traffic. So we want to give organizations that ability, as you see down here, to extend that coverage even beyond the perimeter, to be able to look at east-west traffic, and then to be able to transition from that, alert that reactive response into more proactive threat hunting, to be able to move into a stage of looking for that threat or trying to identify that threat anywhere else in the environment, and also monitor the entire environment. There's been big difficulties with organizations in identifying threats in their corporate environment and correlating that against their cloud environment, as well as against their IoT or OT or industrial environments. So being able to bring all of that data back together very effectively gives an organization the ability to have visibility across all of the segments of their environment. The layout, this is just a quick slide. I'll actually go into what the NVR platform looks like, but this is a quick slide of what that layout looks like. So you have the sensors over here on the left. These sensors are, like I said, passive capture sensors. They are software. The software itself is free, so we want customers to be able to put the sensors anywhere that the network lives. We don't want you to avoid connecting to a piece of your network because you can't get some hardware there, or you can't get resources allocated to it. So by making it a software sensor, it makes it very easy to deploy at any of these examples of locations. And then we connect to our platform via a TLS connection. So we're shipping that packet data in a very secure method. And then when it hits that threat engine there, when it hits our ingest, we are encrypting that data with AES-256 encryption, shattering and obfuscating that packet data, and then going from there into not only storing it in the secure vault, but analyzing it in real time for threats, and then presenting it in our visualizer. Have any questions come up here so far?
But if any of you have any questions, you can submit them anytime, and we're going to be reviewing them during the Q&A session. Okay.
Excellent.
So thank you very much, Noah, for giving us a deeper understanding of the current and the future situation of NDR. And we're now going to switch over to Laurent Bérat, EMEA Senior Cybersecurity Sales Manager at Verizon, who's going to give us even more detail on NDR. Good afternoon, Laurent.
Good afternoon, everyone. Noah, if you are still here, I will request you if someone put question on Q&A and use the chatter. If you need a demo, because a speech are long and sometimes speechless, and I know, Noah, your demo is exclusive one. Are you still there, Noah?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm still here. Do you want me to
Each time
highlight?
someone show your demo, it's crazy and it's understandable.
Yes, yeah. The UI, the demonstration really gets into more of the details on where the NDR platform can bring some value in taking all of that threat alert information, taking all of that data that comes from the environment and correlating that down into really clean, clear alerts, and then giving you the capabilities to pivot into those investigations, pivot into the threat hunting side of NDR. So really a beneficial platform to dig into if you all wanted to dive deeper into that.
Okay, Laurent, so if you want to now start with your presentation, please.
You don't want to move to the demo, Noah?
Yes, absolutely. I will bring that up.
I just want to
everybody
tell everybody, you can request to Ackcent any pilot. after this demonstration, we can have 30 days demo for you. It's free of charge. We have the help from the Verizon team and also Ackcent team to test it, to monitor what's happened into your company, and you can feel free to request it.
Are you able to see the heads-up display now?
Correct.
Excellent. So this is the NDR platform. This is really where the incident responder lives. So what we're looking at here is the heads-up display. The heads-up display is designed to be a SOC overview dashboard. What you're seeing on here, and let me make it full screen so it's a little bit cleaner. What you're seeing on here is a real-time translation of all of that threat data. If I were to change the time interval to a day, this gives you some more examples of what we're doing. So as we're collecting all that data, we're analyzing that for threats, and we're presenting that as observations or indicators of compromise. And then the events that you see here are the rings around the dot. So the events, in this case, this is a command and control event. As something gets further to the center of this kill chain spiral, it is becoming more severe, needs more attention. And so that's where we want to help incident responders identify those observations, identify what's going on within their environment, and react to those in real time. As an event pops up, I'm going to go into one here that we have marked as priority. We can quickly pivot from the overview that we're seeing here into more of that investigation workflow that Laurent was talking about. So when I move into Killbox, you'll see we've got the HUD up here, Killbox, and then Explorer. We'll just briefly touch on these three areas. But the Killbox is designed to be that incident responder's workbench. It's designed to be that place where the incident responder can very quickly see who is involved on the internal side. This is our internal host. All of those connections and what happened, as far as all of the observations that we've correlated together. And then on the external side, who are those external IPs that we're connecting to? So we can see very quickly this first connection, there was a DNS reputation hit where it hit a malicious domain, but we also triggered on a file anomaly and a payload, a few different payloads. These are intrusion detection rules. So our platform runs a few different types of threat detection capabilities, what we would call static analysis and dynamic analysis. What would fall under static would be intrusion detection, static file analysis, reputation lists, and then what would fall under dynamic would be machine learning rules and heuristics, as well as anomaly indicators. So all of those components come together to give our team, your team, the threat intel that they need to understand the full scope of what happened. So we can see in this case there were 4 connections. I believe there were 15 or 16 observations that happened, including an anomaly here. So we bring all of that correlation together. We give the incident responder the information at their fingertips so that they can quickly understand who the internal host is in this case, how far back they need to look for that, when did this begin, who the external IP is or who those external hosts are. So the goal is to keep the incident responder in one place so they don't have to switch tabs, switch around between different solutions to be able to identify that. So here's our events and observations. We can see this goes back a number of days, a few weeks actually. We can see the who is information, so we can see this is a connection coming out of Romania. The DNS intel will be there, as well as the IP details will be there for the incident responder if they're available. So we can pull in additional information from sites like malware.com, abuse IP or pastebin, or even recorded future. So a number of different components here, and all of this detail is presented with the packet data at the incident responder's fingertips. So we can get that incident responder into the details so that they can make a more accurate determination faster. It really gives Ackcent the ability to identify those threats faster, to drill into the specific details very quickly. Then we can give the incident responder the ability to pivot from here into a search, into what we call Explorer. This is the forensic workbench. This is the threat hunting capability of NDR. I'm only looking at that time window of the event, but I can very quickly pivot and go back to, say today is the 18th, I can go back a week and say, well, let's look at the last week of data and see who else potentially was connecting to that. Now, over that last week, nothing was happening, but if I expand that out even further, I can see if there's been more people that have been hit by that specific host. So here's the external IP we've been looking at this whole time. All of these internal icons are their own host. So we know that they're internal because they're either a shaded in circle or they have their own icon. We can we can view this in a column view, which gives us a more sortable view, or geolocate that so we can see where these connection sources and destinations are. So there's a number of different ways that we can pivot around this data and visualize it. As Laurent was talking about, there's been a lot of work that has been done on the NDR solution to be visual, and it's not just to look flashy. It's really to give the incident responder more information that their eyes can more quickly discern versus trying to look through lines and lines of log files or alerts. If we can visualize the data differently, we can make that incident response process faster and more accurate. Thank you.
So thank you very much for your presentation. And now we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna move over to Evan Ocello, sales manager at Ackcent, who's gonna be speaking to us about the benefits of a managed NDR, which is what we're actually offering us. So good afternoon, Eva.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me well? Hello, everybody.
We can hear you and see you perfectly.
Okay. And yeah, and you can you see my screen? I guess so, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Okay. So thank you, Laia, for the introduction. It is definitely my pleasure to be here today. And hello everybody in the audience. I hope you're all safe and healthy, especially, and that you're in the end doing great. So let's move on to this last part of the webinar or the presentation. During this last part, what I'm trying to cover, it's a bit the main highlights of the solution that was born out of this powerful partnership between Verizon and Ackcent, which is the managed NDR solution. In the end, what I will try to explain in a brief way is which are the main benefits that we as Ackcent can bring you in order to help you to adopt the solution and also to maximize the outcomes and the benefits from this NDR solution into your organization. So there is no doubt when it comes to the tool and the solution itself provided by Verizon that NDR has a tremendous potential for your organization. With Verizon NDR, you will get full visibility of what's going on your network, and you will leverage the intelligence of one of the biggest network providers in the world. I think it was mentioned earlier, but let's say we manage like 60 million events per day. We process like 550 terabytes of data and information per day, which brings them with a unique situation and a unique amount of information that can bring this intelligence to the solution. And this is, I mean, there is no doubt about the potential, but sometimes when we start talking with our customers and we start conversations with them in regards to NDR and about the solution, there are a lot of questions that come to their mind. Things like, how difficult is it to deploy it? Is it complicated? Or do I have the knowledge and the skill resources in my team to do it? Do I need help? In terms of the monitoring and all the information that is provided by the platform and the NDR solution, Do I have enough resources in my organization to analyze it and to react when an alert comes or when an incident comes, or to diagnose and to do the forensic when something happens? These are the kind of things that most of them think or struggle when it comes to implementing the MDR solution. And in the end, this is where the partnership between Verizon and Ackcent brings a real value for you. Because in the end, you get the best of the two worlds, right? On one hand, you get the intelligence and the best capacity of a global player like Verizon, but on the other hand, you get the specialized services, the technical survive, and especially the proximity and the flexibility of a player like Ackcent. So in the end, with our managed NDR solution, what we're going to give you is to provide you with the end-to-end capabilities to deploy, to manage, and to somehow monitor this solution. Okay, so which are the components, let's say, or which are the different areas in which we as Ackcent can help you when it comes to the NDR, and which are in the end the different modules of our managed NDR solution. So, as said, managed NDR solution, it's designed to cover the end-to-end, the full spectrum of the different specialized services around NDR. Okay, on one hand, we can help you for the deployment. In the end, this is a very plug-and-play solution. It's a very easy solution to deploy, but in the end, it requires specialized resources. It requires the architectural resources. It requires some of our customers will require. Some of you will require to help or specialized knowledge to know where to plug the sensors, how to make it fit with your network architecture, for example. And in the end, it will need someone that guides you through all this implementation process, that will also help you to interact maybe with other players of your organization. In the end, should I talk with the network guys? Probably yes, to some degree, or the IT. So somehow the specialized services in order to do this implementation and the setup of the solution itself. Of course, like every other solution, it needs a stabilization. And of course, it needs a period where you need to work on the false positive, or you need to integrate probably the solution with your CM solution in order to integrate with the SOC service. We will probably have to build the use cases. So all these kind of things that are the, let's say, the added value that we as Ackcent can bring you during this first implementation phase. After that, as part of this this end-to-end managed NDR service, we have integrated the solution within our SOC. Okay, and I would like to highlight a couple of things of our SOC that I think they're quite important. So from Ackcent, we bring you a SOC service which is 24/7 service that has global scale. Even if we are local provider here, we have international capabilities, and therefore we have this global scale for our SOC service, a SOC service that it's really valuable for our customers. I think that in most of the reports that we are participating, we are getting extremely high rates in terms of customer satisfaction. So we provide a SOC service which is really flexible, which is really professional, which is really perceived as a high quality for our customers. And we have the local proximity also, so we can help you and we can be directly in contact with you whenever incident happens, whatever happens. We will be somehow in the middle between the big corporation of Verizon and the global capabilities and capacities of Verizon, and you, the customer. NDR, the NDR solution provided by Verizon is fully integrated with our SOC. This means that it's fully integrated with our CM solution, and even with other solutions that we provide out of our SOC service, like for example, EDR solutions and so on. So somehow it empowers our SOC service and brings them a unique position to understand or to have let's say, a broader visibility of what's going on and to react and to gain, let's say, a greater visibility and operational capacity whenever an incident happens, okay, and whenever a forensic is required. So in the end, the SOC triad, let's say, it's what we somehow are able to improve and to provide from our SOC service. So we can provide the full package of the solution itself, the implementation process, the implementation services, and specialized architects and resources, as well as the SOC service to monitor and to manage the solution. The solution is live, and the solution requires, like any other, the administration and the regular activities related to keep on alive and to keep on bringing value to your corporation. So as a summary, therefore, what we are basically providing is this end-to-end for you to adopt NDR in a modular way, so we can work with you in this implementation. We can work with you in integration with the SOC. We can work with you in the support after the implementation. We can fit into your needs, because in the end, our special added value is this flexibility and this proximity and this ability to bring you the best of NDR for your organization. And one thing which is also interesting, and I don't know, I would like to finish with that, is in the end, most of our customers also struggle to understand which kind of situations will I be able, if I implement NDR to detect, right? So if I implement managed NDR or the NDR solution, what am I supposed to be able to detect? And then it comes into the conversation, things and questions like the ones you see in the screen right now. So what happens if I have an asset that has been compromised and did it have communications with an external IP? And in this case, did it communicate with other devices within my organization or these assets? Did these assets were behaving wrong, let's say, after communicated with the initial compromise one? What happened? What did this compromised asset did before and after the alert? Did I detect the alert on an appropriate time? I was fast enough in the reaction? And so do I have the capabilities really to analyze all this tremendous amount of information that NDR is giving me, and to somehow react in a rapid way to them? Am I able to react in case of incident? And of course, many more. But these are the kind of, let's say, questions or the kind of thoughts that the conversation with our customers turn on. So it's just a thought to close and to let you know that we are here to support you. We are here to help you. And we are here, so in case you want to get deeper into any of these things and see how we can help you to fit, you can contact us. You can reach us directly to me, to the sales team, my colleagues in the sales team, via marketing, whatever, and we will be more than happy to see which are the scenarios that better fits for you. Okay. So that was pretty much from my side. Thank you, everybody.
Well, thank you very much, Eva. We now have some questions that have been submitted throughout the session. So we're going to start directing them to our speakers. The first one is for Laurent. How long does the solutions deployment process work?
How long does it? Where is this? Sorry for the question. May repeat again? I was expecting another one.
How long would it take to deploy the solution? So how does the process work of deploying the solution, and how long would it take?
Definitely, NDR, thanks to Ackcent and Verizon, it's a full SaaS solution. So in one way, it could be one click. Honestly, you have on your hand to deploy some sensors. And as you probably saw on the chatter, we have two options: to deploy some virtual sensor into your networks on different points. And we have some white CP where we can plug it also into your network. So if you plug these many virtual sensors or real sensors, it could be little bit longer, but it's also depending, and that's the value of Ackcent, to provide you the best advice to deploy at the best place the right sensor. Do you want to add something, Noah, regarding the deployment and the processing? But honestly, in less than 3 days, if I have good feedbacks from customers, we can have a full deployment for a small and medium business company.
Great, yep. Thank you.
Noah?
Yeah, that's correct. That was going to just say that the deployment is pretty straightforward, and Ackcent and Verizon make that a lot smoother just with the software deployment. So a very quick deployment. We can get you up and running and actually seeing data within the NDR platform in a few days.
Great. Thank you for your answers. The second question is for Eva. What are the components of a managed NDR? Is it a modular service?
Hello again. Yeah, it is a modular service, as I was mentioning. Managed NDR in the end covers this end-to-end, the full scope of services around the NDR solution, the Verizon NDR tool. So this means that we are able to support you from the setup and let's say the design of the solution and how to implement it in your corporation, through the monitoring and the regular service around it, like the administration, monitoring behind it, as well as the support. So in the end, yeah, it's fully modular. We try to adapt to your needs. We are trying to be always flexible, and we are trying to create or customize the solution that better suits and better fits to your needs. So there are different components, but we can take a look case by case and adapt it to the ones that the better fits for you. Sure.
Thank you, Eva. And we have one last question, which is for Noah. You said before that this solution is capable of keeping a historic up to 1 year or something like that. What's the granularity in terms of time that the solution is capable to recollect the data?
Yes, so the data there's 4 different packages. The default or the standard is 1 month of full packet capture retention. There's also a 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month option. And so the reason we have those packages is that those seem to be the pretty consistent windows of time that companies would want to have packet data, either 1 month, 1 quarter, half of year, or a full year of data.
Okay, thank you. Well, we don't have any other questions, but if any of the guests want to add anything else, that would be the moment to do so. Otherwise, would be wrapping up. thanking you all again, all the attendees, for your attention. Thanking Victor, Luis, Noah, Laurent, and Eva for your presentations. We now have a deeper understanding of what of the power of this partnership and what an NDR is and what a managed NDR in particular is. So hope everyone enjoyed this webinar. And we're gonna now hand it a last word to Luis, who's gonna say goodbye to everyone before we close up this session.
Okay, thanks, Elia, and although it's been a pleasure to be today with all of you. And again, you know where we are. Just in case you need any information or any question you may ask, we're here to help you. Thank you very much.